Good day, folks. Just a quick little video for you today. The Mavic Air 2 had a firmware update on December 28th, and it added a few interesting new features. Mainly, the one that I'm going to be demonstrating today is cruise control when creating a hyperlapse. So a couple things we're going to do here to set it up before we start our hyperlapse, and we're going to set the function button to enable cruise control. The function button can be customized to do different things, and part of the update is you can now set it to start cruise control, or set your cruise control speed, I should say. So we're going to click on the three dots at the top right hand side and under control. Then we're going to scroll down until we find button customization there. You can see it. By default, it's set to auxiliary LED, and the double tap is set to recenter gimbal. So I'm going to set the single tap to set cruise control. You can see here it gives us different options, and down there at the bottom it says Hyperlapse cruise control. So we'll do that. So now what we're going to do is start our hyperlapse. So we'll go into hyperlapse mode. We'll select it there at the bottom, and we can set our parameters. Just for this demonstration, I'm going to leave it at 2-second interval, 5-second length. Oh, the other thing we have to do is make sure we're in free there. You can see at the top it's in free. So that's basically it. Now we do have to start the hyperlapse first before we can enable cruise control. You can see here if I hit the function button to start cruise control, it's telling us that we have to restart the hyperlapse. So what we're going to do is hit start. So the hyperlapse has started, but I'm going to start flying ahead slowly, and then hit the function button, and you can see now it says cruise control in use. So it's just going to go ahead and do the hyperlapse with the cruise control that I set. Of course, while you're doing the hyperlapse, you can change the yaw. If we do the left control stick, you can see here I'm turning. And then we'll just let it go straight again. Not really doing anything too exciting. This is just more for demonstration purposes. And in a minute here, we'll kind of go over the other feature that they added. They've changed the behavior of return to home. If you're in close proximity, I believe it's 5 to 50 meters. When you hit return to home, instead of it going up to the predetermined height that you've set in the options, it's just going to come straight back to you at the current altitude. So we'll test that out here in a minute.
Shooting is nearing completion.
As you can see there, it's now done. It's created the video, and it just comes to a complete stop. It disengages once it's finished. So we can go ahead and turn the drone around now. And I'm over here.
Video synthesis completed.
So we're getting a message there that the video is done. So we'll take a look at that here in a minute. Let's fly home first. Kind of a cold, dreary day to be doing this, but like I said, this is just more for demonstration, so it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's go to our gallery and we'll take a look at the hyperlapse we just made. And there you can see there when I was doing the turn. So yeah, like I said, nothing too interesting, but it works really well. And I know that's a feature that a lot of people have been waiting for. It'll be interesting to see if they can include that cruise control into some other flight modes. I know I could think of some other scenarios where that cruise control would come in handy. So I'm going to try the return to home here. If we go to our settings, under safety, you can see my return to home is at 100 meters. But if we look down at the bottom, I am a distance of only 28 meters away. So let's hit return to home here and see what happens. So yeah, indeed, you can see there, it's just coming home. I'm going to cancel that. So yes, indeed, you can see it just comes home. It doesn't go up to the 100 meters first. So that's a nice little feature. You will have to be careful. There is obstacle avoidance, but if you're, say, 30 meters out and there's a tree in between you, you do have to be careful of that. So yeah, folks, just a quick demonstration of the new firmware update for the Mavic Air 2 that was released on December 28th. Now, a couple important things to note here. In order to make use of those new features, you have to be using the latest DJI Fly app. It was updated as well. You want to make sure you're running version 1.2.2. The other thing I should mention that this update update so far is only available for iOS users. In the firmware notes, it does state that Android will be coming soon, so perhaps by the time you're watching this video, the Android version has been released as well. Now, the first part of this video, I was just doing a screen capture, so you couldn't really see what button I was setting. If you're new to the Mavic Air 2, you've just got one perhaps over the holiday season. This function button here at the front, you can set to do various things. So the function button here is the button we set during the video where we set it to do cruise control. So all you do to initiate cruise control is just fly ahead at whatever speed you want using your right control stick. Then you press the function button and it will lock that speed in. If you have it set to double tap, you would have to double tap it in order to set the cruise control speed. Now with this update, we did not get the option for photo zooming like we did with the DJI Mini 2. I'm assuming it will be coming to the Mavic Air 2. Probably we won't be seeing it until the next firmware update, so I will keep you posted once that's been added. Well folks, that's basically it for my video. Hopefully you enjoyed it and got some value out of it. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any of our upcoming videos, and we'll see you in the next one.